Am I in shot?
Berrien Springs cable access programming is made possible for you, the viewer, by funding from In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida Dialysis in Niles. Got diabetes? Then you'll always need dialysis. In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida Dialysis. And a grant from The Granary, your agro-fund center. You won't know what fun will grow until you visit The Granary. Up next, a rebroadcast of Bazaar of the Bazaar. The universe is an infinite maelstrom of untold dimensions of sight and sound, secreted behind our shroud of reality. A vast marketplace of mysteries beyond our control. Step through the veil, Seeker, and cross over the threshold into the unknown. Enter the Bazaar of the Bazaar. The Angel of Death. Sometimes he's dressed like a bolt out of the blue. Sometimes he's slow and creeping like a glacier. Sometimes he's autoerotic asphyxiation. But other times, he's hiding in plain sight. Perhaps as a friend, an advisor, a mentor, a disc jockey, a videographer, a husband, a disc jockey.
You said that one already.
An MDA telethon host. Or an amateur paparazzi who won't take no for an answer. But does his lens have a secret power? Some aboriginals and even the Amish believe that having their photo taken can steal their soul. But can it take a life? In this episode, we're going to delve deep into the terrifying phenomenon that's known as the Wyatt Whammy, and unsolve the mystery of the killer camera. Wait, is it unsolve the mystery? Or is it... Steve Tiberius Wyatt was born on July 3rd, 1956, in a little farm town in Michigan. And again, 3 weeks after that. His early years were rough, breaking down into sobbing tears on his first day of school, an event that would repeat itself through his primary K-12 education. A loner who struggled to fit in. He would retreat to the solace of his workshop, where he would spend days pursuing his dream of becoming a cobbler. Steve's desire for solitude and his love of the hammer sciences would guide him well into his college years, where he developed a fascination with outer space. In 1978, NASA expanded its training program to consider a broad array of applicants. On July 3, 1978, at the age of 22, Steve enrolled in NASA's astronaut program, partly to pursue his lifelong dream of space exploration, but mostly because he'd heard astronauts get all the tang they want. On July 4th, 1978, NASA officials asked Steve to depart the program, citing factors of lack of engineering experience, failure to meet minimum visual acuity requirements, and pathological masturbation. Steve would later admit it was probably the chronic incontinence, too. Steve was devastated. He retreated to the one place he could find peace of mind and pursue his lifelong dream of stardom, the movie theater. Armed with a box of tissues, Steve commenced a marathon viewing session of The Eyes of Laura Mars. It would become his obsession. His life and the rest of the world would never be the same. Steve engaged in a life of nonstop partying and debauchery. He would club hop to hound the stars for autographs and selfies. He began a business Celebra Steve photos, friend to the stars, wherein customers would have their photos taken with Steve, holding a photo of Steve and a star. Buzz Aldrin would later say, "What was the name of that one guy who soiled all our spacesuits?" Steve was living his lifelong dream of becoming a paparazzi, but behind the scenes, things were falling apart. All he ever talked about was that goddamn Mars movie. Blah, 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 psychic soul camera. Blah, blah, blah. Get back at all of you, what wronged me? Blah, blah, blah. You'll see. Why does nobody like me? Blah, blah. I need to talk to you, buddy. I'm afraid I'll do something terrible. Shut up already, I tell him. Hand to God a broken record, this jabroni. So this party, when did a good-looking girl show up? It all seemed like innocent invasion of privacy bordering on stalking, but then a dark trend began to emerge. For some, it would kill their careers. I know who I am! I want to give everything to Steve! For others, it would end their lives. For a few, inexplicably and perhaps proof of a malevolent, uncaring creator, it would do neither. From A-list celebrities to also-rans, Steve's selfies, his deathies as they were come to be known, would reach out to the glitterati of Hollywood and beyond. But mostly that reach extended to also-rans on the fringe of LA County. When the people of the night come out, and you know they do, they clamored for a deathie with Steve. To Michael Caine. Hello, I'm Michael Caine. To William Shatner. Get my good side. My good side. To Al Pacino. Steve Warren! That's not me! No, sir! Hooah! You'll never get a photo with me, Steve. You're not gonna ruin my career. I'll ruin my career all by myself. Hooah! I gotta tell you, me too. I don't know who this guy is, but I'm fucking it up fine without his help. You see if Comedy Central's running Billy Madison. Boy, wow. 60 years old. God damn it. That's as long as I've been in show business. You know how you stay in show business this long? Staying away from Steve. Happy birthday, you piece of human garbage. There are those who would say that this so-called curse is nothing more than statistical variability, playing out as expected, given the population parameters of those affected. But this is a reality show about the paranormal, and we were told there would be no map. In the end, we may never know the truth of why this curse came about or how it works, other than the basic don't get your photo taken with Steve part, which is fairly self-explanatory. Still, there are others who believe the source of his macabre power emanates from dark dealings written in blood on behalf of a black-hearted force seeking to release an ancient evil more powerful than anyone can imagine. For the rest of us all, the only thing we have to fear is Steve himself. So smile and say, Steve. I hope you enjoyed our little tribute today. It was a labor of love for us. And 60 years young. That's fantastic for you. And I gotta say, it's been great to call you friend, and an absolute honor and pleasure to have you as my mentor for 30 years plus. I can safely say you have made me the writer that I am today.
That's why you work in the plumbing industry.
Shut up. Seriously though, you've been like a brother to me, and you know, my big brother, and I don't want to get all mushy or gooey about it or anything like that, but it's been absolutely great knowing you, and I hope you have a terrific day. You deserve it. Enjoy it. In 9 years, we'll do a 69 tribute that'll be fantastic, if you know what I mean. So, happy birthday, Dave.
This is for Steve.
What? Steve? Edgehazy?
Wyant.
Oh, fuck. How many more of these are we going to do today?
We got 2 more to do for the,
Oh, that... Fuck that. I want to go get some Niles Strange.